morning, everyone. You are very much welcome to Carnival Radio Breakfast Show. This beautiful Monday morning. How was your weekend? Hope you had a great weekend. This is Newspaper Review on Carnival Radio, Enjoyment Unlimited Station. My name is Ibrahim Adebayo. We begin the newspaper review this morning with the headlines in the newspaper. Minimum wage strike begins in 5 states. FCT as panel meet. Tax reform. Reps suspend debate indefinitely as northern governors mount pressure. Port Harcourt refinery tankers drivers at war over delay in product loading. Troops neutralize scores of terrorists in Zamfara State. Oyo State government elevates 551 workers to higher cadres. Now the news in detail. Oyo State elevates 551 workers to higher cadres. The Oyo State government has approved the conversion of 551 workers into the new cadres within the civil service and public service sectors. The decision, which highlights the administration commitment to rewarding professional growth, was announced by the chairman of the State Civil Service Commission, Komaru Aderibigbe, through a statement issued by the Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Dotun Yelade, in Ibadan. According to Aderibigbe, the selection process was both rigorous and competitive, aimed at ensuring the best candidates were chosen. The conversion primarily benefits officers who have obtained additional academic and professional qualification relevant to their roles. Governor Seyi Makinde, in approving the exercise, demonstrated his administration's ongoing commitment to supporting career development within the workforce. A significant portion of the converted workers are in the health sector, with 85 nursing superintendents upgraded to nursing officers. Other cadres within the health sector also saw advancements, with plans underway to convert some medical officers into medical consultants in their specialized field. The conversion exercise comes amid an ongoing recruitment drive, which saw 15,000 applicants vying for the position in 66 different cadres within the state civil and public service. Aderibigbe praised Governor's decision, describing it as a reflection of his people-centered approach to governance. For more details on the news, you can visit the Punch newspaper. Oyo State government elevates 551 workers to higher cadres. Tax reform. Reps suspend debates indefinitely as northern governors mount pressure. The House of Representatives has suspended indefinitely the debate on the tax reforms bill, earlier fixed for Tuesday, following mounting pressure from the 19 northern governor states. The planned debate was called off in a memo signed by the clerk of the House of Representatives, Dr. Yahya Danzaria, as 73 northern lawmakers kicked against the bill. Those who rejected the bill include 48 rep members from the Northeast, 24 federal lawmakers from Kano, and a former governor of Sokoto State, Senator Aminu Tambuwa, who represents Sokoto South Senatorial District. The memo suspended the debates. Date November 30 is titled Rescheduling of special session on tax reform bill. A leaked video of the closed-door session of the Green Chamber obtained by newsmen showed that the Northeast lawmakers' intense debates against the tax reform bill. The footage shows the member representing Dabua Gwaza Chibok Federal Constituency of Borno State saying on behalf of the 48 honorable members of the ravaged Northeast sub-region, I want to first all rely on the position of the three previous caucus leaders. In addition to these, the primary responsibility of every government is simply the welfare of its citizens. Giving an insight into the development during the closed-door session, a lawmaker from the Northwest stated, and I quote, "As the representatives of the people, we have resolved to continue our consultation on the matter," adding that things degenerated almost to the point of rebellions against the Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu, who presided over the executive session. According to him, what transpired during Thursday executive session indicated that the bill may not have a smooth ride in the House of Representatives. Newsmen also reported that on September 3, 2024, President Bola Tinubu transmitted 4 tax reform bills to the National Assembly for consideration following the recommendation of Taiwo Oyedele-led Presidential Committee on Fiscal and Tax Reform. The bill includes the Nigerian Tax Bill 2024, which aims to provide the fiscal framework for taxation in the country, and the Tax Administration Bill, which will provide a clear and concise legal framework for all taxes in the country and reduce disputes. Other are Nigerian Revenue Service Establishment Bill, expected to repeal the Federal Inland Revenue Service Act and establish the Nigerian Revenue Service, as well as the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Bill, which will create a tax tribunal and a tax ombudsman. At the gathering in Kaduna, the governor directed federal lawmakers from their respective states to vote against the bill when they come up for debate in both chambers of the National Assembly. 2 days later, the National Economic Council, presided over by the Vice President Kashim Shettima, advised the federal government to withdraw the bill to create room for broader consultations among critical stakeholders. A council turned down by the president in a statement by his spokesman, Bayo Onanuga. For more details on the news, you can visit the Punch newspaper. Tax reform. Reps suspend debates indefinitely as northern governors mount pressure. Minimum wage strike begins in 5 states. FCT as panel meets. Barring any last-minute change of plan, the workers in the Federal Capital Territory, Cross River State, Nasarawa, Ebonyi, Kaduna, and Zamfara State made down tools today following the failures of the state authorities to negotiate the payment of 70,000 naira minimum wage. Though the implementation panels set up by the concerned states have been meeting with labor leaders in a bid to ward off the strike action, the various state chapter of the NLC, Nigerian Labour Congress, have expressed their readiness to embark on a strike from today. The FCT Council of the NLC had earlier directed the workers in the 6 area councils to embark on an indefinite strike on December 1 until further directives were issued. These were contained in a letter signed by the chairman of the FCT Council of the NLC, Stephen Nabaye. On Saturday, this followed the directive of the NLC leadership to workers in the 14 states and the FCT to embark on industrial action from Sunday over the non-implementation of the new minimum wage. Stephen faulted the failure of the area council chairman to respond to the demand for the implementation of the minimum wage, despite receiving a communique of the National Executive Council of the NLC dated November 14, 2024. The National State chapter of the NLC yesterday declared its readiness to declare a strike if the minimum wage was not paid. The state NLC chairman Ismail Okon disclosed that a notice of the strike had been issued to all labor members. He, however, revealed that the Nasarawa state government had reached an agreement with the union to pay 70,500 naira to workers, adding that no document had been signed regarding the implementation. To avert a shutdown, the Kaduna state government said it had commenced the implementation of the new national minimum wage, with the least paid workers in the state receiving 72,000 naira as the gross salary in November. Despite the positive development, the state chapter of the NLC confirmed its planned strike. The state chairman of NLC, Ayuba Sulaiman, said the workers would embark on strike as directed by the NLC leadership. When asked if the NLC was prepared to embark on strike, Sulaiman replied, "Yes, we are set for the strike." However, a statement yesterday by Ibrahim Musa, the chief press secretary to the governor, Umbasani, insisted that it was a misrepresentation for the NLC to claim that the state had defaulted in the payment of the new minimum wage. Musa noted that the state government had complied with the letter of the national minimum wage law. He added that the NLC had been pushing for consequential adjustments, but the state government argued that there was a difference between salary increment and the minimum wage. Musa explained that the government received an average of 8 billion naira from the federation allocation and generated around 4 billion monthly, totaling 12 billion naira. However, he said with the implementation of the minimum wage, the monthly wage bill had increased from 5.4 billion naira to 6.3 billion naira, including 4 billion deduction from the loan payments every month. These, he said, left only 2 billion for the rural transformation, healthcare, education, and other public service in the state. Musa urged the NLC to exercise patience over the consequential adjustment pending when the state government revenue improve. Meanwhile, the chairman of NLC in Ebonyi State, Dr. Ogongo Igwe, disclosed that the state workers had been directed to join the ongoing strike action from today. According to him, the warning strike, which will last 1 week, was sequenced to the failure of the governor, Francis Nwuru, to implement the new national minimum wage for the workers of the state. For more details on the news, you can visit the Punch newspaper. Minimum wage strike begins in 5 states. FCT as panel meets. Port Harcourt refinery tankers driver at war over delay in product loading. The Port Harcourt Refinery Company, PHRC, and the petroleum tankers drivers, PTD, are at war over the overloading of the products at the refinery, while the PHRC accused tanker driver of being responsible for the low pace of the loading of petroleum products at the facility. PTD, through its umbrella body, the Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, dismissed the allegation, saying the company was being economical with the truth. Meanwhile, Major Energy Marketers Association of Nigeria, Mayman, Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owner Association of Nigeria, Petran, and the National President Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, said they were ready to lift products and were working on it. When newsmen visited the area 5 of the refinery yesterday, about 3 p.m., refining of petroleum product was ongoing. A source in the facility said the refinery produces daily, adding that it has maintained its production status as disclosed earlier on Tuesday. Also, at the loading bay of the refinery, 3 trucks were being loaded, while 7 others were standing by within the bay to be loaded. It was observed that of the 18 loading points in the facility, only 3 were in use. It was further observed that only tankers with NNPC insignia were loading and seen within the premises of the refinery. Although the facility was not bustling with life, activities were ongoing within the loading bay and the production area. The terminal manager of the Port Harcourt refinery, Wolujo, disclosed that the Petroleum Products Marketing Company (PPMC) arm of the refinery was working and that loading of the trucks has not stopped since Tuesday. He noted further that the facility has the capacity of loading 100 trucks in an hour, but that out of the 18 points, 11 were functional at the moment. He said out of the 11, only 3 were being used because the facility was delivering optimally. Joe said, this is the, and I quote, this is the PPMC loading arms. We have 11 loading bays and are functional, but because of the capacity, it has a huge capacity to deliver. So we are using 3 at the moment because it is efficient. Joe said that there were enough products, but that tanker drivers are not coming up to load, calling on tanker drivers to come on to load the product. General Secretary of NUPENG, Mr. Afolabi Olawale, while reacting to the development, told newsmen that the management of Port Harcourt Refinery was lying. Reacting to the readiness of the Port Harcourt Refinery to flood the markets with petroleum products, the Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Clement Isong, said its members were ready to do business with the Port Harcourt Refinery. On his part, the chairman of Billy Gilly Ari said the association, the chairman of Petron, Billy Gilly Ari, said the association had submitted an application and was waiting for a response from the refinery. For more details on the news, you can visit the Vanguard newspaper. Port Harcourt Refinery tankers drivers at war over delaying product loading. Troops neutralize scores of terrorists in Zamfara State. Troops of the Joint Task Force Northwest, Operation Fasa Yama, successfully neutralized numerous terrorists in coordinated ground and air offensive in Zamfara State yesterday, December 1, 2024. In a statement issued by Lieutenant Colonel Abubakar Abdullahi, the spokesperson for the Joint Task Force, the operation was launched in response to a distress call from residents and vigilantes in the Yangaladima village, Maru local government of the state. At approximately 5 a.m., troops stationed at the forward operating base Anutara were informed of an ongoing terrorist attack at Yangaladima village. The troops promptly mobilized to the area to provide assistance and restore peace. En route to the village, the troops encountered terrorists at the 2 separate ambush locations. The ambush sites were cleared, leading to neutralization of several terrorists, while others fled the scene. The air components of the Operation Fasa Yama deployed aircraft to provide close air support to the advancing troops. The fleeing terrorists were targeted and neutralized in the airstrike, resulting in significant casualty among the attackers. The Joint Task Force reiterated its commitment to eliminating terrorist threats in Zamfara State, the broader Northwest region, and Niger State. The operation underscored the resolve of the Operation Fasa Yama to safeguard the lives and property of the citizen while maintaining peace and stability in the region. For more details on the news, you can visit the Vanguard newspaper. Troops neutralize cause of terrorists in Zamfara State. Before we bring the newspaper review to a close, these are the headlines again. Minimum wage strike begins in 5 states. FCT as panel meets. Tax reform reps suspend debates indefinitely as Northern Governor mount pressure. Port Harcourt refinery tankers drivers at war over delay in product loading. Troops neutralize cause of terrorists in Zamfara State. Oyo State elevates 551 workers to higher cadres. And that ends the newspaper review on Carnival Radio, your enjoyment unlimited station. Thank you so much for taking time to listen to us this morning. My name is Ibrahim Adebayo. You can download the Carnival Media app from the Google Play Store and iOS App Store. Do enjoy the rest of your morning. Bye.